Are you a solopreneur who thinks your Mac is immune to cyber threats? Think again. In today's episode, you'll discover some surprising facts about Mac malware and vulnerabilities, and we'll explore the built-in security features that Apple offers. By the end of this episode, you'll understand exactly why Mac security is important, and I'll even share some practical tips to get you started. So stick around because this could save you a whole lot of headaches down the road. Many solopreneurs cherish the reliability and smooth interface of their Macs, but overlook one critical aspect: security. There is a common misconception that out of the box, Macs are completely safe from malware or viruses. And this false sense of security, coupled with a focus on data confidentiality, most of the time ends up being a costly mistake. In the previous episode, episode 97, I covered the three components of security: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. And then I explained that security incidents can both be self-inflicted in addition to being the result from an external attack. If you missed that episode, just click on the banner that appears in the top right corner of the video now. And so, in today's episode, I will debunk the myth of Mac invulnerability by uncovering some facts about the current threat landscape. I will briefly give an overview of macOS's built-in security features. And finally, I will provide you with essential Mac security best practices through a free downloadable checklist. So let's start by exploring known Mac security threats and vulnerabilities. In preparation for this episode, I stumbled upon the macOS Malware Encyclopedia created by Checkpoint Research, and which contains 58 malware families that were discovered between 2008 and 2019. So we're not talking about individual malware, we're talking about families. So each family can have tens or hundreds of variants. And according to Security Week, 2023 saw the emergence of 21 new macOS malware families, which was a 50% increase compared to 2022. Now, having said that, it's nowhere near what plagues Microsoft Windows. However, it's not zero, and it will likely increase with the increased adoption of Macs by consumers and in the enterprise. And indeed, according to StatCounter, the market share of macOS doubled in the past 10 years and is now around 15%. So if it keeps going up, Macs will continue being more and more a target for attackers. And to be successful, malware need to exploit vulnerabilities. Unfortunately, they keep on being found steadily. I have been tracking them since the release of macOS 12 Monterey that was released in October 2021, and so far Apple has patched more than 550 different vulnerabilities in macOS Monterey. It means 550 ways to take control over Mac running the first version of Monterey, which would be 12.0. And for the next version, macOS Ventura, that was released end of 2022, a little bit more than 450 vulnerabilities have already been found and corrected. And this number is slightly bigger than 250 for macOS Sonoma, that was released less than 6 months ago. Now, given that Apple only supports the last 3 versions of macOS, if your Mac is stuck at macOS 11 Big Sur or earlier, the more you wait before buying a new Mac, the more vulnerable your current Mac gets. The somewhat good news is that Apple is hard at work to keep macOS as secure as possible. Under the hood, macOS has lots of security features, starting with making sure that a clean version of macOS boots up and cannot be tampered with after boot. In addition, it incorporates a malware scanner and cleaner called XProtect that is continuously updated by Apple even between official macOS updates. Now, provided that your Mac is running a still supported version of macOS, of course. On top of that, it's possible to encrypt the internal hard drive with FileVault, which gets turned on by default when setting up a new Mac. macOS comes also with a powerful network firewall and the most user-friendly backup system for computers called Time Machine. However, those two features are turned off by default, and since most Mac users are unaware of them, they don't use them. Now, I'm glad that Apple is continuously improving the security of macOS. Having said that, they can only impact what they have control over, and the one thing they absolutely can't control is how someone uses their product and how susceptible they are to click on the wrong link, to open the wrong document, to install the wrong app, or to visit the wrong web page. Using a house analogy, Apple provides the foundations, but nothing prevents a Mac user from keeping a door open or from opening the door to the wrong person. And this is where Mac security best practices come in, and for that I have prepared a checklist that is available as a fillable PDF. You can download it for free via macpreneur.com/MSC for Mac Security Checklist. This fillable PDF offers 100% privacy and is written in plain English, avoiding technical jargon. To keep this episode short and sweet, I will briefly mention what is covered in the checklist and I will dedicate the next episode to go through it completely. If you'd like to go through the step-by-step instructions by yourself, or if you want to get the checklist before the next episode, again visit macpreneur.com/MSC today. So for the confidentiality pillar, the checklist covers the protection of your user account, of the internal storage of your Mac, and the minimum that you need to do to prevent data breaches. For the integrity pillar, the checklist will help you protect the operating system and the apps that you have installed, your browsing sessions, how to reduce the risk of getting bit by malware that would be missed by XProtect, and finally, how to protect your Mac when you are connected to any network. For the availability pillar, the checklist covers data backups, the creation of a secondary user account, the importance of having a secondary Mac ready for in case of problem, and finally, backup power, whether through a spare power adapter for a MacBook or the use of an uninterruptible power supply for Mac desktops and your internet router. Before concluding this episode, there's one more thing I'd like to mention. Security can be seen as a hassle, but I prefer to look at it as delayed productivity. Why? Because security incidents invariably cost us time. And so by reducing their likelihood of happening and their impact when they happen, we help our future selves save a tremendous amount of time. Since implementing security best practices takes much less time than any remediation effort, it's a worthwhile investment in the long run. And by preventing negative indirect consequences like reputation damage, it can save us a lot of money too. So to recap, we've explored the current Mac threat landscape and the continuous increase in the number of found vulnerabilities, which should, at the very least, make you feel concerned about the security of your Mac. Even though macOS comes packed with built-in security mechanisms and features, it's unfortunately not bulletproof, especially when it comes to preventing us humans from making costly security mistakes. In the last part of this episode, I introduced a basic Mac security checklist available at macpreneur.com/MSC, which I will cover in more detail next week. I hope this episode has helped you understand why I'm bullish about making sure that solopreneurs don't make the mistake of putting the security of their business on the back burner. In the comments below, please share your main takeaway from this episode, and if not done yet, please subscribe to my channel so you will automatically get more helpful tips on how to run your business on your Mac. So that's it for today. In the next episode, I will go in more details into the points covered by the Mac security checklist, So make sure to subscribe or follow this podcast to get it automatically next week. And until next time, I'm Damien Schreurs, wishing you a great day.
Thank you for watching the Macpreneur podcast. If you've enjoyed the show, please leave a comment and share it with a friend right now.